Primarily involved in the regulation of the innate stress response, the limbic neural circuit includes brain areas such as the prefrontal cortex, or the PFC, and the amygdala. The initial step in the stress response considers the perception of the stressor by the amygdala. Located in the temporal lobe just anterior to the hippocampus, the almond-shaped amygdala consists of at least 13 subnuclei, with the most clearly defined being the central nucleus, or the CEA, basolateral nucleus, or the BLA, and finally the lateral nucleus, or the LA. Now, whilst the CEA regulates many aspects of the initial fear response, including the stimulation of the release of cortisol via the hypothalamus, the LA and BLA are involved in sending inputs to the CEA. Whilst the LA receives projections from the auditory and visual nuclei of the thalamus and forwards these onto the CEA, the BLA contains GABAergic interneurons which inhibit activation of the CEA and hence inhibiting cortisol release. Now, whilst the amygdala is involved with the perception of stimuli and the regulation of cortisol release, it consists of projections to the prefrontal cortex, which is involved in the regulation of the stress response. Composing the anterior portion of the frontal lobe, the PFC exerts top-down control of the amygdala and thus the stress response. And it does this via neuronal fibers that project to the basolateral amygdala, where inhibitory GABAergic interneurons are abundant. Hence, these neurons mediate the BLA communication with the CEA nucleus.
Created using Powtoon.